Less Stupid, the show for people interested in knowing how the world really works. On this episode, I will reveal why hoverboards catch fire, why your own snoring doesn't wake you up, and I'll tell you if it's possible to poke a baby in the head if you have sex with a pregnant woman. I have pictures, really. We begin with facts from the big countdown of facts that you should know but probably do not. According to the latest government statistic, 40% of women in relationships with men report that their partner snores. Meanwhile, 40% of men are demanding to know why their partners are such fucking liars. And you can't blame men, really, can you? If they're snoring, why doesn't their snoring wake them up too? Here's the facts. There are different parts of the brain that control different biological functions. There are areas that control, say, stimulus responses like taste and sight and touch. And there are other regions that control breathing, blood flow, the heart, and your inexplicable obsession for all the shit on Bravo. Yes, we get it, Bravo. Regardless of city, adult women with shaky marriages, boob jobs, and mysterious income sources will happily throw a flat panel TV at a cater waiter for $10 and Anderson Cooper's email address. Because our brains work hard during the day, at night, various parts shut down for maintenance and rest, including the part that responds to most auditory stimuli. You see, while you're sleeping, the part of your brain that would detect snoring is sleeping too. But thanks to evolution and an innate desire for self-preservation, our brains actually do respond during sleep if it senses danger, like a lion rustling in the bushes, the whisper of a child who's had a bad dream, and especially if there's a commercial on TV, even if the TV is off, announcing a reunion of the original members of KISS. You may want the best, but you are not getting the best. Sorry, Tommy Thayer, you are no Ace Frehley. At number 95 on our list is one of the most prevalent sex mysteries. Lots of men think that if they have sex with a pregnant partner, that they will poke the baby in the head. And even worse, hurt the growing baby. You know, because their penises are so big and long and powerful. So here's what's happening. Inside the uterus, a woman has a balloon inside another balloon. Do I have that right? No, I'm not. That is not right. Okay, so here's what's happening. The purple balloon represents amniotic fluid, which is surrounding the fetus. And the amniotic fluid is floating inside the amniotic sac, which is represented by the white balloon. So you got one inside the other. Now, during sex, represented by this uncircumcised blue penis, the woman right here, and during sex, what happens is that incidentally, if you get that kind of sound while you're having sex, you probably want to use a little more lubrication. During sex, the penis is only going to go underneath the uterus and the amniotic sac, which is also separated by the cervix. What you're looking at now is an ultrasound of an actual penis inside a woman who is 6 months pregnant. And you're probably wondering, where did I get a picture of that? I got it from your mother, of course. Now, the white-colored area above the penis is the cervix, right, which would be in this area. And here's the uterus, right? And inside that is the baby. Here, as you can see in the picture, the penis is down. Here's the answer. You cannot poke a baby in the head if you have sex with your pregnant partner. And if you'd like to get Be Less Stupid in your Facebook timeline 2 or 3 times a week, just click the like button right down here. Anyway, still to come, I'll explain why hoverboards are catching on fire, and I'll reveal today's fact adjacent. But first, an important message from presidential hopeful Ted Cruz.
Barack Obama sticks by his principles. It's time for Republicans to stand by ours. That's how we win. And that's how I'll lead. As president, I won't compromise the values that make us who we are. The Constitution wasn't a first draft. Our border isn't a revolving door. And the rule of law wasn't meant to be broken. America is off track, but our founding principles, will get us back. I'm Ted Cruz, and I approve this message.
Welcome back to Be Less Stupid. Amazon has banned the sale of hoverboards, which is excellent news for safety-conscious consumers and terrible news for everyone else who loves the steady stream of hilarious hoverboards on fire videos. Amazon's decision follows news that the United States Consumer Product Safety Commission said that all hoverboards, quote, pose an unreasonable risk of fire, which begs the question, are there some consumer items that only pose a, quote, reasonable risk of fire? Oh, your kids are going to love the Keystone Pipeline, Barbie. Maybe. Anyway, not only did the CDC say hoverboards pose an unreasonable risk of fire, they added, quote, everyone who rides a hoverboard looks like a douche, except Mike Tyson. In fact, we want to be 100% clear. Mike Tyson is cool, not a douche. Cool. Please don't hit us. But if you need to hit someone, this press release was written by our IT guy, Carl. So, why are hoverboards catching on fire? Instead of, say, the selfie stick, which clearly has it coming, the answer can be found in today's explanation. So, here's what's happening. There are two systemic problems with the hoverboard. One, inferior construction, and two, the lithium battery that provides the machine's power. Let's begin with the construction. There's some evidence that in some hoverboards, the actual electronics that interface between the charging system and the battery are subpar. There's also some evidence to suggest that the safety software that regulates when the charger shuts off, which should be when the battery is fully charged, that it's not as sophisticated as the software used in, say, your cell phone or your laptop, which also integrate chargers and lithium batteries. Also, by the way, you'll notice on some questionable hoverboards, if you look closely, you can see one serious problem right here. It says on and offish. Okay, so look, here's what happens. By the way, when you get balloons as a prop, you need to use all of them. When the battery is being charged, the positive electrode, which is over here, gives up some of its ions to the negative electrode when they pass through this electrolyte. And this is how the battery stores energy. As the battery discharges, the ions pass from the negative electrode back to the positive, and this produces the energy that the battery releases. However, if the barrier between the two of them becomes compromised and the charged ions are allowed to come into contact with one another in an uncontrolled fashion, excessive heat is generated, and then boom! Fire, explosion, and viral video fame. Of course, followed by a hospital visit, a lawsuit, and then finally an appearance on Dr. Phil that you regret several days later because he burned you worse than the exploding battery. So, why are hoverboard batteries failing? Because unlike your iPhone battery, the hoverboard battery is repeatedly kicked and dropped and crashed. Ike Turner sees the abuse these hoverboards take, and even he is like, whoa, 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 too much, people. Now it is time for today's Fact Adjacent. A fact adjacent is a fact that is, well, 100% based in absolute truth, but rather it's nearly true. So, any guy who wears sunglasses on the back of his head and is indoors, that guy is a huge asshole. Remember, you can like our Facebook page. Just click down here. That'll make it more likely you'll get Be Less Stupid in your Facebook timeline first thing in the morning, 2 or 3 days a week. You can also follow me on Twitter. Yes, if you want. And if you like the show, please share it with your friends. And if you've got something to say, leave it in the comments down below, and I will write you back. I promise. Anyway, I will see you next time on Be Less Stupid.